Ever since ancient times, humans have looked at the night sky and dreamed of reaching other worlds. But now, in the 21st century, that dream has started to turn into reality. Imagine a world where thousands of humans have left Earth behind and built sprawling colonies on the surface of Mars. These aren't temporary science stations. They're permanent, thriving cities filled with homes, schools, and factories. Massive greenhouses stretch for miles, growing food in artificial soils under LED-lit skies. Solar fields and nuclear reactors power entire communities, keeping life support systems and machines running non-stop. Water is harvested from deep underground ice reserves, purified and piped through vast networks to the colony. Water is harvested from deep underground ice reserves, purified and piped through vast networks to the colonies. Most people live inside large protective domes that shield them from Mars's thin, toxic atmosphere. Every new arrival goes through months of training to adapt to the gravity, technology, and strict survival protocols. Life on Mars is anything but easy, and every colonist must rely on advanced suits to survive outside. These suits monitor heart rates, air supply, and even detect toxic gases in the atmosphere. Most habitats are built underground or beneath reinforced domes to protect against deadly solar radiation. Even simple activities like going for a walk require careful planning and constant monitoring of air quality. The biggest threat isn't aliens. It's Mars itself. The bitter cold, the thin atmosphere, and unpredictable dust storms. Communication with Earth takes over 20 minutes one way, making Mars colonies practically independent societies. Currency systems have shifted too, with Martian credits replacing old Earth money for trade and services. Holographic education centers train colonists' children in space survival, terraforming, and zero-gravity skills. Mars-born children are physically different from Earth kids. Taller, with longer limbs and adapted breathing. Some predict that within a few generations, Martian humans may evolve into a new, separate subspecies. Terraforming projects have already begun, aiming to make parts of Mars more Earth-like over the next centuries. Giant mirrors in orbit redirect sunlight to warm frozen regions and melt underground ice. Engineers are experimenting with genetically modified plants that can survive Mars' harsh conditions. These plants release oxygen and stabilize soil, gradually preparing areas for open-air settlements one day. There are already discussions about constructing artificial lakes fed by underground reservoirs. Such projects could take hundreds of years, but each small victory reshapes the future of Mars. Interplanetary trade routes between Earth and Mars are expected to revolutionize both economies. Rare minerals from Mars will become essential resources for industries on Earth. Meanwhile, luxury items and tech from Earth will be prized commodities on the Red Planet. Experts predict that by 2200, over 1 million people could be living permanently on Mars. Establishing law and order on a new planet means creating entirely new legal systems for space-based societies. Martian cities operate under strict survival-based laws, where tampering with life support systems is a major crime. New holidays and traditions unique to Mars are already forming, celebrating the first landing and colony founding days. Religion and spirituality have adapted too, with new temples and meditation spaces designed for life on another world. Psychological health is a major concern, with counselors and VR therapy centers common in every habitat. Gravity differences mean physical fitness is essential to avoid bone loss and muscle weakness. Sporting events adapted to Mars include zero-gravity ball games and high-jump competitions. Mars art galleries display holographic paintings and sand sculptures made from the planet's red dust. Music too has evolved with low-gravity instruments and concerts held in oxygen-sealed venues. Some colonists even claim to feel more spiritually connected to the universe on Mars than they ever did on Earth. Transport on Mars includes electric rovers, hovercrafts, and even experimental magnetic levitation trains connecting distant domes. Transport on Mars includes electric rovers, hovercrafts, and even experimental magnetic levitation trains connecting distant domes. Traditional cars and trucks would be useless in Mars's rough, dusty, and uneven terrain. As Mars expands, the need for local manufacturing has led to huge 3D printing factories producing buildings and tools. Mars factories use regolith, the planet's natural soil, to build structures resistant to radiation. Some settlements are experimenting with bioengineered fungi to form self-healing building materials. Colonists rely on hydroponic farms to produce fresh vegetables without using precious Martian soil. Algae and lab-grown meat provide essential proteins in the colony's strict dietary plans. To prevent boredom, entertainment centers offer VR adventures, Martian-themed escape rooms, and zero-gravity theaters. Every year, Mars hosts an interdome competition where colonists test survival skills in simulated emergencies. Colonists are trained in emergency drills for sudden depressurization or life support failures. An accidental oxygen leak could turn deadly in minutes if not handled swiftly. Mars's thin atmosphere means solar radiation is far more dangerous than on Earth. Most settlements are built underground or beneath thick domes to shield people from harmful rays. Colonists use wearable devices to monitor air quality, radiation exposure, and vital signs. Water remains one of the rarest and most valuable resources on the planet. Future colonists might mine Martian ice caps or extract moisture directly from the air. Droughts and contamination incidents pose constant risks to survival on Mars. Even drinking water is carefully rationed, with digital monitors tracking daily allowances. Despite these hardships, Mars colonists remain hopeful, driven by the dream of a thriving new world. Space travel between Mars and Earth would take months, limiting personal visits. Families often communicate through holographic calls and immersive VR meetups. Colonists keep personal journals, recording their lives on Mars for future generations. Each new birth on Mars represents hope for a long-lasting, independent society. Medical technology has advanced to handle childbirth in low-gravity, low-pressure conditions. Scientists track genetic changes in humans born and raised in Martian gravity. It's believed future Martian-born people could grow taller and leaner than their Earth ancestors. Colonies plan for eventual independence as they develop sustainable resources. Trade routes between Martian cities and Earth might involve valuable minerals and research data. Ancient alien life has long been a mystery in Mars exploration history. Though no alien civilization has been found, microscopic fossils hint at ancient Martian life. Colonists document every anomaly in hopes of one day solving the planet's biggest mystery. Some colonies host museums featuring Martian geology and human exploration history. Statues and murals honor early astronauts like Elon Musk, Yuri Gagarin, and Valentina Tereshkova. Colonists celebrate Earth Day as a reminder of their origins and environmental duty. Martian kids learn about both Earth and Mars history in specialized schools. Students train in survival skills, engineering, and space agriculture from an early age. Older generations pass down first-hand stories of the first colony landings. Some families still keep heirlooms from Earth, like old books, photos, and jewelry. Each new generation shapes Mars culture in ways Earth settlers could never imagine. Over time, a unique Martian accent and slang have begun to develop. Certain words from Earth languages have blended into new Mars-specific terms. Colonists use digital currency, since transporting physical cash between planets is impossible. Interdome elections select leaders responsible for water, food, and safety management. Mars' harsh environment means strict rules govern resource use and recycling. Black markets have emerged, trading in rare Earth items like chocolate and old movies. Some colonists dream of one day terraforming Mars into a greener, Earth-like world. Terraforming would require centuries of engineering and environmental control. Huge mirror arrays in orbit could redirect sunlight to warm, frozen areas. Artificial magnetic fields might protect the planet from deadly solar radiation. Colonists test new plants and bacteria designed to survive in Martian soil. Some plants are engineered to convert carbon dioxide into breathable oxygen. Vertical farms grow food in stacked hydroponic towers using minimal water. Colonists produce mushrooms and protein-rich algae as staple survival foods. Limited resources push people to invent creative, efficient recycling systems. Old materials are repurposed for new shelters, tools, and construction panels. Spacesuits continue to evolve, becoming lighter, safer, and more adaptive. Advanced AI assists in colony logistics, agriculture, and environmental management. Colonists rely on AI alerts for weather warnings like dust storms and temperature drops. Giant dust storms can last for weeks, threatening equipment and travel. Colonists must shelter indoors during massive storms or risk equipment damage and injury. Communication satellites orbit Mars to maintain contact between cities and with Earth. Emergency drills train residents for oxygen leaks, radiation bursts, and navigation failure. Colonists rely heavily on power from solar arrays and nuclear reactors. Energy shortages force communities to ration electricity during planet-wide dust storms. Hydroponic farms and oxygen generators are protected in reinforced underground vaults. Medical tech includes portable diagnostic pods and nanobot treatments for injuries. Colonists risk bone loss and muscle deterioration from reduced gravity. Specialized gyms use magnetic treadmills and resistance suits for strength training. Martian wildlife hasn't yet been introduced, but plans include bioengineered species. Bioengineers aim to create tough, fast-growing plants and hardy animals for Martian farms. Some proposed animals include compact livestock like dwarf goats and heat-tolerant chickens. Scientists must avoid introducing species that could destabilize fragile Martian ecosystems. Colonies debate over whether to keep Mars wild or fully transform it. Terraforming would flood valleys and seed mosses and lichens to start oxygen production. Ice mining in Mars' polar caps could provide essential water for future cities. Melted ice would fill artificial lakes, aiding temperature control and farming. Cities might one day float in high-altitude airships, avoiding ground storms. Airborne colonies could monitor atmosphere and spread terraforming agents across the skies. Colonists celebrate every small victory in taming Mars, from plant growth to storm survival. Mars colonists celebrate Earth holidays, with local twists and new tradition. New Martian holidays mark milestones like the first successful oxygen harvest. Sports have adapted to Mars's low gravity, making jumps and throws spectacular. Popular pastimes include drone racing through canyons and simulated Earth environments. Colonists record daily vlogs and stream live updates to Earth subscribers. Interplanetary social media spreads Martian memes, slang, and viral challenges. Colonists debate the ethics of one day declaring independence from Earth. Some fear Earth's interference, while others crave its support and trade. Colonies may one day unite as a sovereign Martian federation. Such independence could spark conflicts over territory, resources, and ideology. Future Martian conflicts might be settled with advanced drones and cyber warfare. Colonists would fiercely protect critical resources like water and oxygen. Despite challenges, Mars could become a beacon for humanity's survival. The success of Mars colonies might inspire further missions to moons and other planets. Spaceports on Mars would link travelers, freight, and research missions to deep space. Colonists might volunteer for one-way missions to terraform distant worlds. Mars could become a cultural melting pot of Earth's nations and new Martian identities. Unique Martian languages, slang, and traditions would evolve over generations. Martian-born generations would one day outnumber Earth immigrants. Some humans might eventually adapt biologically to Mars conditions. Over centuries, Martian humans might develop tougher lungs and altered bone structures. Cultural identity would shift, with Martians seeing themselves as distinct from Earthlings. Epic tales and myths about the first colonists would become part of Martian folklore. Schools would teach Martian history, focusing on survival, terraforming, and independence. Martian-born children might struggle to adjust to Earth's heavy gravity. Return trips to Earth would require intense physical therapy and acclimation. Martians might one day forget Earth as a homeland, viewing it as distant history. The dream of transforming Mars into a second Earth would remain humanity's boldest gamble. New generations would inherit both the planet's dangers and its potential. Mars might become the cradle of a new branch of human civilization. As technology improves, Mars might one day support open-air environments. Terraforming would allow future colonists to walk outside without pressure suits. Ancient Martian settlements may be discovered beneath the red soil. Debates would rage over preserving alien sites or expanding human colonies. Advanced AI would manage Mars's life support, weather control, and energy grids. Colonies would rely on orbital satellites to monitor global conditions. Some fear AI might one day dominate human governance on Mars. Others argue AI ensures survival in a deadly, unpredictable environment. Balancing autonomy, AI oversight, and human leadership would remain critical. Future conflicts might pit AI-led factions against human resistance groups. AI-driven economies might manage trade, mining, and production more efficiently than humans. Martian entertainment could evolve with immersive VR landscapes, recreating Earth's lost wonders. Colonists would honor Earth as the birthplace of humanity, but embrace their new home. Space travel from Mars to other systems might eventually become routine. Martian universities would train engineers, bioscientists, and terraformers for future worlds. Innovations tested on Mars could solve crises back on Earth. Some Earth nations might try to reclaim control over Martian colonies. Colonists would fight to maintain their independence and way of life. Political intrigue, sabotage, and espionage could shape future Martian history. Despite tensions, many would dream of a peaceful, united future for Mars. Future Martian artists would create new styles, inspired by the planet's harsh beauty. Literature might chronicle the legendary hardships and triumphs of Mars's first settlers. Unique Martian music could blend electronic sounds with atmospheric samples from the red planet. Sports adapted for low gravity might include high-speed zero-G races and Martian hoverball. Celebrations like Mars Founding Day would unite colonists in annual global festivity. The first Martian-born president might one day lead a sovereign, independent Mars. Memorials would honor those lost during the early days of colonization. New religions might form, blending Earth traditions with Martian survival beliefs. Terraforming projects would gradually reshape Mars into a breathable, habitable world. Future Martians might never truly understand how difficult those first years had been. Martian agriculture would pioneer resilient crops capable of surviving extreme conditions. Genetic engineering might create plant species unique to Mars. Massive underground cities could shelter millions from radiation storms. Colonists would evolve new holidays and traditions tied to Martian seasons and orbit. Colonizing Mars would forever alter what it means to be human. Colonizing Mars would forever alter what it means to be human. Future Martians might debate whether they are still human at all. New Martian dialects could emerge, blending Earth languages with colonist slang. The success of Mars would inspire human colonization of other planets and moons. Eventually, humanity might spread across the solar system and beyond. Future historians might one day trace humanity's rise to the stars, back to Mars. Entire generations could be born, live, and die without ever setting foot on Earth. Some might visit Earth only as a place of ancient ruins and lost history. Others would view Mars as the birthplace of humanity's interstellar age. A future war might one day test the fragile unity between Martian colonies. Or humanity might finally learn to thrive in peace across worlds. The dream of Mars began with fragile domes and dust-clogged suits. It became a testament to humanity's will to endure and adapt. It became a testament to humanity's will to endure and adapt. What happens next? That story belongs to the future of our species.